Friends, hey there. What if I told you the secret to real self-discipline isn't about willpower? It's about how you think, how you see challenges, how you train your mind every single day. In this video, we're diving deep into 7 powerful Stoic principles, ancient wisdom that can change the way you live and help you build unbreakable self-discipline. If you're ready to stop struggling and start mastering your mind and habits, stick around, because what you're about to learn could change everything. So friends, without wasting any time, let's start the video. First rule to build discipline: control the controllable, release the rest. Friends, in life, there's a constant battle, a battle between what we wish we could change and what we actually can change. Most people waste years, decades even, trying to bend reality to their will. They fight the weather, they fight other people's opinions, they even fight the past. But the Stoics, they understood something powerful. Control the controllable, release the rest. Think about it. When a storm hits, you can't stop the rain. But you can grab an umbrella. You can't control how others treat you, but you can control how you respond. The truth is, your energy is a limited currency, and every time you spend it on things outside your control, you go broke, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So why do we keep chasing what we can't hold? Because it's easier to complain about the world than it is to discipline ourselves. But here's the shift. The moment you stop wrestling with the uncontrollable, you free up the strength to master what is in your hands: your actions, your habits, your attitude, your choices. Imagine waking up tomorrow and deciding that your peace is no longer for sale, that other people's anger, the market's ups and downs, the past mistakes you can't rewrite, will no longer dictate how you feel today. That's not weakness. That's not giving up. That's strategy. So when life throws chaos your way, ask yourself just one question: is this in my control or not? If it is, act with all your heart. If it isn't, let it go. Because holding on to what you can't change is like carrying a bag of bricks through the ocean. You're only drowning yourself. Remember, the world will keep moving, the storms will keep coming, but your inner calm, that's yours to protect. Control the controllable, release the rest, and you will discover a freedom most people will never know. This is the Stoic way. Second rule to build discipline: practice voluntary discomfort daily. Friends, comfort feels safe. It feels warm. It feels like home. But comfort is also a cage, a soft prison that slowly weakens the mind and dulls the spirit. The Stoics believed that if you want to be strong when life tests you, you can't wait for the storm to hit. You have to train while the skies are still clear. That's why they practice something radical: voluntary discomfort. It means choosing to step into challenges before life forces you to. Skipping a meal to feel hunger without fear. Taking a cold shower to train your body to adapt. Walking instead of driving to remind yourself that you can endure a little more. Because here's the truth: when you practice discomfort on your own terms, you become unshakable. When discomfort arrives uninvited. Most people avoid hardship at all costs, but the Stoic seeks it out in small doses, like a vaccine for the soul. Seneca once said, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, and say to yourself, 'Is this what I feared?' When you sleep on the floor for one night, you realize you can survive without the soft bed. When you push yourself to run that extra mile, you learn that fatigue is not the end, but the beginning of strength." Voluntary discomfort doesn't just build resilience, it builds gratitude. After a cold shower, warm water feels like a luxury. After a week of simple meals, you taste richness in every bite. The modern world is designed for constant comfort, and constant comfort makes us fragile. But a little chosen struggle every day keeps you ready for the real ones. So tomorrow, find one way to step outside the comfort zone on purpose. Not because you have to, but because you choose to. And when life finally pushes you into the cold, you won't shiver in fear. You'll smile because you've been here before. Practice voluntary discomfort daily. And when the world tests you, you'll already be ready. Third rule to build discipline: turn obstacles into training grounds. Friends, life will not go as planned. It never does. Just when you think the path ahead is clear, a wall appears, a loss, a failure, a betrayal. Most people see obstacles as roadblocks, reasons to stop, excuses to quit. But the Stoics saw something different. They saw obstacles as training grounds. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Think about that. The problem is not there to stop you. It's there to shape you. If you lift a weight, it resists you. It strains your muscles. It hurts. But that pain is what makes you stronger. Obstacles work the same way. Every rejection trains your persistence. Every failure sharpens your strategy. Every heartbreak deepens your understanding of love. The obstacle is the training. The hardship is the preparation. The pain is the lesson. But here's the key. You have to stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" The broken car teaches patience. The failed project teaches discipline. The closed door teaches redirection. And once you see life this way, you realize that nothing is wasted. No setback is useless. Every obstacle is just another training session for your mind and spirit. So next time you're hit with difficulty, pause, take a breath, and say to yourself, "This is my gym. This is my practice. This is where I grow." Because in the end, it's not the easy days that build you. It's the storms. It's the tests. It's the obstacles that make you unbreakable. 4. Rule to build discipline: detach from short-term pleasures. Friends, pleasure feels good. It's sweet. It's instant. It's tempting. But like sugar, too much of it will rot you from the inside. The Stoics knew that chasing every short-term pleasure is like drinking salt water when you're thirsty. It feels like relief for a moment, but it only makes you weaker. Fast food for the body, quick scrolling for the mind, shallow praise for the ego. They give you a rush, but they steal your discipline. The truth is, most people are addicted to the now. They trade long-term strength for a few seconds of comfort. But the Stoic path is different. It's about choosing what is right over what is easy. It's about walking away from the pleasure that costs you your future. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." When you detach from short-term pleasures, you start to see their trap. That extra hour of sleep robs you of the morning's opportunity. That constant scrolling steals the time you could be building something real. This doesn't mean you never enjoy life. It means you enjoy in moderation. It means you choose pleasures that strengthen you, not weaken you. Because the greatest reward isn't the hit of dopamine you get right now. It's the quiet pride you feel when you look back and see a life built on discipline, not impulse. So the next time a quick pleasure calls your name, pause. Ask yourself, will this still matter tomorrow? Will this still serve me next year? If the answer is no, walk away. Your future self will thank you. Detach from short-term pleasures, and you'll discover the rarest luxury of all: self-control. 5th rule to build discipline: live by a personal code, not moods. Friends, your mood changes like the weather. One day the sun is shining, the next, the clouds roll in. If your actions depend on your moods, you will live a life without direction, because moods are temporary, but your code, your principles, can be unshakable. The Stoics believed that a person should decide how to live before the storms come, not in the middle of them. A personal code is a set of rules you live by, no matter how you feel. It's the promise you make to yourself and refuse to break. Maybe your code says, "I will always speak the truth," or "I will train my body every day," or I will treat others with respect, even when I'm angry. When you live by a code, your feelings stop being the driver. Your principles take the wheel. Because here's the truth. If you only work when you're motivated, you'll achieve very little. Discipline means showing up, especially on the days you don't feel like it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." A code makes decisions easier. Should I quit? No. My code says I finish what I start. Should I lie? No. My code says I speak the truth. Should I skip today's work? No. My code says I show up. Without a code, you'll be tossed around by every wave of emotion. With a code, you'll stand firm like a lighthouse in the storm. So, write down your personal code. Keep it short, keep it clear, and live it, whether the sun is shining or the rain is falling. Because moods fade, feelings change, but a code can carry you through a lifetime. Live by a personal code, not moods, and you will never be lost. 6. Rule to build discipline. Master your reactions, not circumstances. Friends, you can't control the world, not the weather, not the economy, not the way other people behave. But there's one thing that's always in your control, your reaction. The Stoics understood this. They knew that circumstances are like the wind. You can't stop them, but you can adjust your sails. Think about it. Two people face the same problem. One falls apart, the other rises to the challenge. The difference? Not the problem itself, but how they respond to it. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When someone insults you, you can explode in anger, or stay calm and keep your dignity. When life delays your plans, you can complain endlessly, or use the time to prepare even better. Reactions are choices. They're not automatic unless you let them be. The truth is, you may not get to choose the cards you're dealt, but you always choose how to play them. And here's the power in mastering your reaction. When you control your inner world, the outer world loses its grip on you. The storm outside may rage, but inside you remain steady. People may try to pull you into chaos, but you stay grounded. This isn't easy. It takes practice. It takes awareness. But every time you choose your response, instead of letting emotions choose for you, you build a kind of strength that nothing can touch. So when the next challenge comes, pause, breathe, decide. Don't let the circumstance write your story. Let your reaction define it. Master your reactions, not circumstances. That is the Stoic way. 7. Rule to build discipline. Make promises to yourself and keep them. Friends. We've all made promises to friends, to family, to strangers. And when we break them, we feel guilty. We feel ashamed. But what about the promises we make to ourselves? The commitment to wake up early, to work out, to quit that bad habit, to start that dream project. Those are the promises we break the most. And every time we do, we teach ourselves one dangerous lesson. My word doesn't matter. The Stoics knew that self-respect is built on self-trust. And self-trust comes from one thing: doing what you said you would do, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when no one else is watching. Think about it. If you promised your best friend you'd meet them at 6 a.m., you'd show up, no matter how tired you were. Why? Because you value their trust. So why don't we treat our own trust the same way? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." That includes the words we tell ourselves. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. You prove, I can rely on me. And here's the magic. Once you trust yourself, discipline stops feeling like punishment and starts feeling like freedom. So, start small. Promise yourself you'll drink more water today. Promise yourself you'll write one page. Promise yourself you'll move your body for 10 minutes. Then, keep that promise. Because if you can't keep your word to yourself, why should the world trust your word at all? Make promises to yourself and keep them. Do it long enough, and you'll become unstoppable. So friends, this is the end of the video. If you found value in these Stoic principles, if you're ready to build real self-discipline, then do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss a video like this. Your support means everything. It helps us bring more powerful content straight to you. And hey, if you have a favorite principle from today's video, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what stuck with you. Thanks for watching, friends. Stay disciplined, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.